Hello, my book loving friends. Welcome back to Storytime with Mary. This, book lovers, is where we get to read all of our favourite books, and I'm so excited to be back here reading with you again today. Today, book lovers, we are reading a book called Someday I Will Fly. This is all about a baby dragon who can't fly just yet. This book is written by Gertrude and Afriye Ohiming and is illustrated by Emanuela Odo. So if you've got Someday I Will Fly at home, grab it now and let's read it together. Long, long ago, in the charming land of the dragons, lived a happy, bright-eyed little dragon called Drake. His mum and dad had a lovely garden. Drake would go into the garden when he heard the birds and insects buzzing around the pretty flowers. Although he had a pair of white wings, he couldn't fly, not like the other little dragons. That made him really miserable. Poor Drake. Someday I will fly, he promised himself. After breakfast, he would swing on the branches and listen to the swishing of the leaves in the breeze. Sometimes he would whistle along with the birds or chase the dragonflies, but today he was gloomy. Cheer up, Mum said. Your wings will get stronger when you exercise. It's only a matter of time. We will give you flying lessons, son. You only need to try, Dad added. And try he did. Drake stretched and flapped. He jumped and puffed. Before long, he ended up on the rubble with a crash and an ouch. Drake shook the leaves and twigs off, laughing. Someday, my wings will be much stronger and I will be able to fly, he giggled. The Dragon Flying Parade was held every year in the summer. The winner of the flying competition will lead the parade, Dad said happily. Does that mean that I will lead the parade if I win the competition? Drake asked, wide-eyed with hope. Maybe, answered Dad with a chuckle, if you eventually learn to fly. How will I win the competition when I can't even fly? Drake thought to himself. That evening, Draco, the wise old dragon, told the tale of the first brave dragons who won the flying competition. The winner also led the dragon flying parade to celebrate their victory. Drake listened with eyes smiling. He could imagine himself leading the parade. His parents would be so proud. But how can a little dragon like me, with no flying experience, win the competition and lead the parade? Drake wondered. I still wish I could lead the parade, he whispered to his mum. Next morning, before Mum and Dad woke up, Drake was up in the garden, trying out flying exercises. Try as he could, he ended up in the grass, a sore mess. Maybe I will never learn to fly, he thought sadly to himself, disappointed. Even though Drake was disappointed, he could not shake off the desire to lead the parade. Morning after morning, Drake woke up to practice in the garden. Without success, but he didn't give up. One bright morning, on his usual practice routine, Drake jumped off a low branch and stretched out his little wings. He began to flap his wings as he had been taught by his mum and dad. He closed his eyes and tried to glide in the air, but in one heart-stopping moment, he bumped into a tree head first. Everything went black. Oh, poor Drake. When he came to, he was in a curious place with tiny, odd creatures. More of the tiny creatures came. When he moved, they ran away or threw rocks at him. He ducked and would have laughed if they weren't so scared and mad. He tried to tell them he wasn't bad, but they didn't listen. What was he to do? Teeth chattering, he glanced around for a place to hide and stay warm. He spotted a shack down the track. He made a run for it and was relieved to find it dark and empty. As he made to sit, he heard a clickety-cluck. Oh no, he thought, I'm out of luck. He jumped with a fright and bumped his head on the shack's low roof. Hello, came a soft voice from the dark corner. Don't be afraid. My name is Zuni. What's yours? Drake, he replied nervously, rubbing his sore head. And taking a step back, out of the dark shadows stepped one of the tiny creatures he had run away from. Hi, Drake. I won't hurt you. Don't be scared. I come here to watch the lovely sunset out the back. Would you like to see it? Zuni asked. Okay, but can I make a fire first? It's freezing, Drake replied. Zuni didn't know what fire was. Drake breathed on a small pile of twigs, and soon the shack was comfortable and warm. Zuni clapped with joy and asked Drake to make more fire for her friends too. Zuni's friends were sorry they had been unkind to Drake and asked him to stay. Drake told them that he had to return home to continue his flying lessons. I want to win and lead the parade, Drake said. Zuni's friends decided to help him. We will see you at sunset, they said. That evening, Zuni took Drake behind the shack to see the sunset. Wow! Drake exclaimed in wonder. Where I come from, there's an awesome garden with beautiful trees, and the sun is always up. The birds sing and the flowers are bright, but this sunset is magical. Zuni's friends came over and took him to see the flying balloon they had made for him. He was delighted. He could fly now, even if it was without wings. Zuni and Drake went for a ride in the flying balloon. What an adventure, he thought, as he yawned and drifted off to sleep. Drake woke up and squinted at the bright light. He heard the swishing of the leaves in the breeze. He could smell the breakfast from Mum's kitchen. His face lit up with a smile. He was home! Yippee! Yippee! I can fly! Yelled Drake. Drake proudly showed off his flying balloon to his mum and dad. He flew in it all day. At last, the day for the competition came. He went up in his flying balloon and flew higher and faster than everyone else. Much to his parents' delight, Drake won the competition. Finally, he got to lead the parade. It was a memorable day for everyone, all because one happy, bright-eyed dragon called Drake knew that he would fly someday, and fly he did. The end. Book lovers, don't you just love Drake? I love Drake's determination. He was so determined to fly, even if his flying was a little bit unconventional for dragons. But book lovers, sometimes where there's a will, there's a way. And have you heard the old saying? Try, and try again, and don't give up, because practice makes perfect. Book lovers, I really hope you enjoyed that book as much as I did. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our videos so that we can read together again next time. Okay, book lovers, bye.